Hi there, Kim from Audio Talk. These are the Realistic Minimus 25s, bought in Radio Shack, a long time ago, obviously. This sounded quite nice. There's not much bass to them. It's a closed cabinet with this woofer here that actually has a relatively low QTS, but given that it's pushed into this really small box, it gets pressured back up to the zero 0.8 QTC, and so that it has a full sound, and it really does sound nice. But what that does is that it rolls off about 80 some hertz, so you really got to combine it with a subwoofer. It rolls off quite early. Here's with the crossover, and it's about 15 kilohertz. It drops off a cliff. And so, I was wondering, is that the capacitor doing that? And so I did a measurement without the cap, and it's actually dropping off pretty much the same spot. Um, I measured also the cap itself. So with the DATS V2, now it's the V3 from Parts Express, which is, I really highly recommend that tool to analyze components when you're dealing with speakers. And so it showed quite a lot of ESR, and mainly the dissipation factor is over 11%. Over 10 kilohertz. So it does need to be replaced, is a clear indication that it needs to be replaced. A new cap is typically, a good cap shouldn't be much more than 4 or 5% before it gets like audible. So there will be some improvement to buy a cap. And since you added opening up, buying a new electrolytic capacitor would be an improvement, but an MKP is just so darn cheap now that, at 2.2 microfarad, they don't cost that much. And so your effort is already to open up and solder and all of that. Why not? So that will sure bring in some improvement, I'm sure of it. Not really measurable, other than, of course, it will have a lower ECR, so it'll lift a little bit in sensitivity, like it will play a little louder, but not really. But it won't be more linear from doing that. And so here's another one that's very, very common. It's an 8 ohm tweeter, and they put a 3 ohm resistor in series. And so it gets up to 11 ohms. What that does is that it produces more damping on the tweeter that kind of makes it sound more mellow. Something you definitely don't want with a good tweeter, but when you have sort of a bad tweeter, if you will. I mean, this is better than some Mylar, cheap Mylar tweeter that is in a lot of small speakers. This will sound more natural, but with that said, this is still in the realm where that doing that trick to mellow the tweeter out is something that gives off a better sound, and at the same time, reducing the output so it gets down next to the next to the woofer's output. Another thing is that there is no inductor. There's no crossover on the woofer, and so that's always interesting. And some woofers are really, really good at producing very low breakup. Breakup, when the woofer cone starts to vibrate long ways because the motor system is moving so fast that it can't stay stable. And so that's why things like Kevlar and ultra stable materials are highly desirable, because you can have a high crossover point because it doesn't have the breakup. But it does. It has it, and so when you look at the response curve here, you can see that it's getting hilly already over 1 kilohertz. So for sure, it has some harshness there in the mid range. But again, that paper cone sound gives it that kind of live, authentic sounding, because a lot of live performances are not really live. When you go to a rock concert or any band, you're typically listening to a pair of speakers with a paper cone in them. So we tend to make that connection that now we're hearing something authentic. So that's definitely something that these Realistic Minimus 25, and they're super, super cheap to buy, like used on eBay. And again, together with a subwoofer, you get something that sounds really nice on like guitars and even horns. I'll say anything acoustical instrumentation sounds really nice. I feel like with electronic music, you're lacking that over 15 kilohertz to really give it that edge, and it kind of like mellows it a little bit in a way that's undesirable. So yes, so this is my little analysis of the speaker, but generally it's quite decently built with some with some with some dampening material in here, and it was really nicely sealed for air tightness. So and for these that I got here, the wood is actually still quite decent, and I'm gonna put these up on eBay and give them some Howard refinish so that they're nice and clean. There's like a watermark on top of here, but that is it's very little, but I do think they're worth restoring that, because also they're kind of pretty, I think. I mean, it's a very straightforward little bookshelf. The covers here, I mean, that's very common. Has like it has some imperfections here and here, but they're not like completely torn up by a cat or something. But they do have some damage, but really you don't have to get it on. I'm actually, even though there was lacking top end, I could hear a difference between taking them off. I felt like, I could hear that it came out with a little bit more detail without them. Crazy enough, with the amount of components that is put into it, it's quite scarce, if you will. But this is very well designed, is what I want to get at. Going with a small closed box, it has a very nice response, no lingering energy that is bothersome to listen to. And then combined with I used a Boston acoustic subwoofer with a 10-inch woofer in it, and with that, paired with that, I mean, that's too much almost. Well, nothing is too much when it comes to bass. I think where you just turn it down, but you can definitely go with something smaller for sure. All right, that's just what I wanted to say about these Realistic Minimus 25. Yeah, this is a first order filter. I mean, yeah, one last thing I want to bring in is that one could put in a brand new crossover with a higher order, so cut it more rapidly at the crossover point. But it really wouldn't help that much, because you have these humps indicating breakup already at 1 kilohertz on the woofer, and then you have the resonance peak for the tweeter at about all the way up over 2 kilohertz. So really, there is no like avoiding breakup or the resonance peak of the tweeter. You're just gonna have to live with it and enjoy the natural kind of live music feeling that you get from these, along with a subwoofer to kind of drown it out a little bit. Okay, that's all I wanted to say about the Realistic Minimus 25. I know there's a little bit of a burn, a little bit of a roast of them, but actually they sound really good compared to what they cost. Here's Ken from Audio Talk. Take care, guys. Bye.